Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? Is it morning? Yes, it's 25 to 12. Yeah, getting out of my routine big time, which is not good, but we will get to story time after today's bag. So, Canada has some really iconic brands. Aldo is one of them. Vintage. New stuff, I don't know. It's very much like Le Chateau. What was the other one? Le Chateau. Oh, maybe it was Aldo. Yes, it was Aldo. So back in the day, Aldo was kind of the young person's place to get quality footwear and purses. Oh my goodness me, the name has gone right out of my head and I talk about it all the time. Oh my goodness me. Calderon. This getting old shit is getting real, people. It is really getting real. So Calderon was the more sophisticated, mature option for quality leather and bags. I've talked about it all the time. Got my first, oh, my little pouch is not here. It's in the house. Got my first little pouch from Calderon. Got my first pair of riding boots from Calderon. And then as university crept in and brokenness crept in, Aldo was the cheaper option. So today I have a fabulous. Now I've had this bag before in burgundy. I cleared out some bags recently that were in the shed, and this was, look at my face, hot flash. Good Lord. Oh, look at my face. Oh, my glasses are going to fog up in a minute. Oh, my goodness me. I'm turning this heater down, man. Let's go to 2 and turn it down. Oh. All right, let's try and carry on. Oh my goodness me. So yes, Aldo. Love, love, love this bag. If it was a little bigger, I probably would keep it because this baguette style double shoulder strap is my go-to. I love that you can open the whole thing up. It is a wipeable interior. That doesn't really make much difference to me. There is a zipper pocket. There is your Aldo. It is not an 80s bag because I do believe the 80s had the fabric with the triangle. I'm not 100% sure about that. This could potentially be just another grouping. Like, you know, Coach has Poppy, and this could just be another kind of line for Aldo, but I'm not sure. Then there is a tag, made in Canada, genuine leather. So this is back to when these items were actually being made in Canada. And you know what? You just can't find them anymore. Like finding this in a lawn bag in my storage unit. I mean, bags for days. I've told you. Great gusset. Now there is a little bit of wear in the corners. Just a little bit. Now, I could potentially, just this one side in this corner and in this corner. So I don't want to mess with it too much. I might sand it very lightly and then just moisturize it. And then the moisturizer will just kind of settle down that little bald spot that I'm going to make. And I would definitely use the 2000 grit sandpaper on this. The 1000 and 2000 grit sandpapers are really just used for wet sanding cars. And I might even try and do it. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it wet on leather. Because what will end up happening is you'll get a water line. No, not doing that. And then you got the cute little front pockets, which I don't know what you would put in there. They're probably just for decoration. I mean, if you had a parking fob or an apartment lobby key, like fob, you could definitely put that in there. But it would make shapes in it. And I don't know. I wouldn't put anything in there. Just a beautiful, classic, vintage, Canadian piece of fashion history. And I love, 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 love it. So there we go. that is today's bag. I'm going to put it on here for tomorrow's reel. I've got Cynthia's Roots bag that she decided she liked my idea of taking that damaged lining out and getting down to the raw leather. I think that's what she said she was going to do. So Cynthia, I'll get that out to you today. Yesterday I had a show, so I didn't do a video or chat with you guys yesterday. I'm getting up too late in the morning, so my morning is shot. So I'm going to give myself this week, one of Pius's friends, Doug, hi Doug, gave me some advice on some ways to try and help with the soreness. Just constant soreness, which, you know, is it the gym? It could be, because I really haven't been to the gym this week. I've been doing my cardio. I did some workout at home on Monday, but I just haven't felt like it this week. And that's not like me, actually. So I have to be very careful, because not feeling like it and not doing it are two different things. So I am trying to, you know, give myself a little bit of leeway, just because it's, you know, Christmas, and normally that doesn't bother me at all. But I do have a man in my life who, between the two of us, we are just a disaster waiting to happen, because we have collectively zero willpower. I am quite strict with myself when nothing else is there to distract me, but when there are distractions, I just fall apart. So if I don't want to end up the size of my house, I am going to have to really get very strict with myself. And it's not necessarily the aesthetics of it, it's the mind space. And I don't know how you guys feel about it, but when you're not feeling 100%, it is like, I had a doctor tell me once, it's like, actually, it was my doctor's mom, who was a therapist, psychiatrist. And she said to me, it's like a fog that enters every part of your world, your relationship with your kids, your parents, your significant other, your job, your colleagues, just the world around you. And it is very true. So it's not always necessarily an aesthetic, you know, oh, I wish I was skinnier. I just feel out of control, and I'm not. I don't know. Pi said something to me a couple of weeks ago, and we had a rough couple of weeks, and he just said, you know, part of the problem is you're not in control. And I thought, I don't know if I like the sound of that, but I do have to be a little bit gentle with myself, in that it's going to take some time for me to relinquish. I don't see it as control. I see it as my routines. My routines worked very well. And I'm trying to recalibrate those routines so that I can be productive and be moving forward in a positive way. So I'm very much on my way with that. This shed has been an absolute knock it out of the park success. We haven't had any crazy cold days like -20, -30. So we'll see what it's like in here on those days. But I mean, as you've just seen, I've had to turn it down. Now, it got down to about -9 overnight. Leatherbag Lady weather report. Today it is very windy. It's been quite windy over the last couple of days. The sun is in, the sun is out. But we'll see how this works, because I have this shed up on railway ties. So most of the perimeter has been blocked off. So it's not like a trailer where the wind's, you know, whipping underneath or whatnot, but there is a lot of cold underneath. And I find sometimes my feet are cold. The rest of me is not cold, but my feet are. So we'll see how it goes, but I am loving it. I had Harry over for dinner last night. He just wanted to hang out with his mom and Pius. So, you know, having a tough time with a few bits and pieces. So we talked him, you know, just gave him our opinions and what we would do. Oh, I got the burps. So yeah, that was wonderful. I made my mince and potatoes. So I sent him away with, doggy bag for work today. And, yeah, he left about 9 o'clock. It was really kind of awesome to have him hang out. And, you know, he connects with Pius really well, and he's just trying to find his feet at his job. He's not a very He's very extroverted, but he's not a very strong personality, in that he, if there's drama, he's very much like his dad in that capacity, where he'll just not want it to get involved. But, sometimes you have to stick up for yourself, and sometimes you have to make a point so that people know, not to poke the bear, or, get bullied a little bit or intimidated a little bit. It's, he's a new kid on the block and he's young, but that's no excuse. So we were hoping that he might, take a little bit of confidence from our conversations and, maybe deal with some of his issues, because we're certainly not dealing with it for him. That would be the kiss of death. So, and I think he knows that already. So he's such a lovely young man. I don't know. We've had a rough journey, Harry and I, over the years. So I'm hoping that my journey with my daughter, Sarah, will equally turn a corner at some point. But I think that's pretty natural for all of us parents of, teenagers and now young 20-year-olds. I mean, the world is just not kind to them at all. There's a lot of things they have that we didn't have, technology and all that kind of thing. And the fact that being in a job for 3 months is no longer a slur on your character. Back in our day, 80s, 90s, it would be looked down upon if you weren't at a job for 2 years, 3 years, or whatever. But these kids just move around, and it is not a big deal at all. So anyway, so that was last night. Today, got up late as usual. And I'm still in the gravity chair, but I think I might need to swap out with Pius. He did not have a good night last night at all. So I'm going to maybe suggest he, I think the gravity chair is almost like a little cocoon. And it was cold last night. I was cold. Pius woke up, he said, at 1 o'clock, and he was up till 5, which is not a good thing. I remember hearing him leave, and then I remember hearing him in the living room. And I just remember being really cold, and I needed to pee, and I didn't want to get out of bed. And I thought, I'll wait for a hot flash, because as soon as I wake up, I usually get a hot flash. And then it's not a problem to get up out of bed, because it's like, holy moly, let me get some air. But it never happened. So I hung on and I hung on and I hung on, and I must have dozed and woke back up again, dozed and woke back up again. And yes, so neither of us are getting the best sleeps in the world. We're trying to decide if we want to go to the falls for Pius's birthday. Last year we went to the cabin. If you've been following me for a while, that was a memory for a lifetime, being in a cabin in the woods in a snowstorm. Does it get any more romantic than that? This year, however, funds are a real issue for me. I did have a show yesterday. It was not too bad at all, and I actually wasn't going to do it, but I'm glad I did. It's my last show for the year, and out of 7 shows that I booked, I only got to do 2. 3, I think. 2 when they were scheduled, and 1 was rescheduled, but none of them have been very lucrative, not like they used to be. So I wanted to end my show career with meeting my commitment, and it's a great place, Highgate and Ancaster. I really like the ladies there. I've been going there for years, and a little bit higher functioning, I think. I don't know. Retirement is just not what it used to be. They do not want my bags any longer. If anything, they're trying to sell me their bags. So we're moving forward. We're going to start doing bag shows. I think I might even start today. I'm not sure. I'm going to pull the trigger. I've come up with a plan at the bag show yesterday. I made a list of all the realtor offices. Now, I'm not 100% sure that the list is actual offices or if it's different realtors within a bigger office. I have not dug that deep yet. But I just went on Google and Googled real estate offices in Hamilton. I stopped at 100. Unbelievable. I stopped at 100. So I thought, okay, I'm going to work through that list. I will Google, what I researched, make sure it is a separate location, but I will keep track of how many people are actually in a singular location. Because I might even offer to do a bag show for them. Who knows? You never know. Or definitely go and, leave them with 20 note cards for the free shipping code or whatever it is. So whilst I'm going to separate the city of Hamilton up into chunks, Upper West Mountain, Central, East, Stony Creek Mountain, Hamilton has 537,000 people. Over 500,000 people in the city of Hamilton. I think we are the second largest city in Ontario. Yes, I think that's it. I'm not sure. Are you smarter than a fifth grader or whatever it is? Obviously not. So I am going to, in the new year, one of my resolutions, which I am just collecting my thoughts on as we speak, is to be a lot more positive about where I am. We were talking to Harry last night and we were trying to come up with different options for him as he's approaching his father wanting to sell his house and move on in his life. So the idea, his dad wants to move to Alberta. So Harry is going to need some place to live. So we have thrown around a couple of ideas over the years of maybe trying to combine our incomes and buy a place. But Harry's not settled enough in his job to make that kind of commitment. And we certainly don't want to end up in a mortgage that we can't afford or in a situation that we can't afford. So Pius has a good 8 years left before he can retire. And I am deciding that my goal is to be more positive about being in this space. It's been a big year for me in terms of my personal relationship, whatever, but also my relationship with this house. So I'll talk about it more towards New Year's Eve day, whatever. I'll do a little bit of a synopsis, but I really would like to push myself to be more positive about my house and more positive about the city that I live in. Because if I can't carve out a small living in a city with 500,000 people in it, now, granted, my sales generally do not come from Hamilton. So I have to kind of acknowledge that, embrace that, and I'm going to be experimenting with that. So yes, I will be continuing to spread my wings in terms of locations. But when I do my shows, people buy my stuff. So and they're local-ish. So, message from Sarah. Okay, we'll see what she needs. Because that's usually what it means. So anyway, yes, that is my commitment to 2024. And also to keep moving forward with my business. Now, I did have my sessions with Megan, which were very helpful in a way that I never imagined. I didn't really get much technical help. I mean, I did and I didn't. The technical help I got was for a path that I'm not even going down. So that's what I mean, that it was the catalyst to the incredible changes that I am making. And I've reconnected with one of my YouTube people that I follow, Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, 4 years ago, I was watching him exclusively, and it didn't really apply to me because I wasn't really on social media, but it dang well applies to me now. So I'm getting so much more out of his content that I don't know that I necessarily need. The coaching that I thought I needed, I think I can get from here. What I would like to do moving forward is find somebody who is a Shopify expert, somebody who is a retailer on Shopify that can help me get the most out of my Shopify store. Megan was wonderful, and I absolutely, it was worth every penny. But I think moving forward, I need to find somebody who's doing more of what I do. Megan is a yoga instructor who's trying to get into the coaching business, which, I mean, she will. She's fabulous. But I'm not sure we're the best fit for each other moving forward, and for me to spend money that I don't necessarily have. Because it was a big sacrifice for me, especially with everything that happened post signing up with Megan, the furnace and all that kind of shit. So it, it's a lot of consideration when you're as small of a business as I am. But anyway, everybody, have a great rest of the day. What day are we today? Wednesday. So it's just going to be in here for me. Pius is at physio right now, and I got some catching up to do. And yeah, that's it from me. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Bye.